It's Doomy.
Hello everyone, my name is Hecthor Doomhammer, I'm your evil overlord and my ugly mug is back on screen. Anyway, this is the update vlog of Friday, April the 29th of 2016. Now the reason that my face wasn't on screen for the past couple of weeks is because of a series of very unfortunate events. And I say a series of unfortunate events because it was just one thing adding up to another, followed by another. Sucks. Anyway, what happened was during the week that I took off so that I could properly edit the OpenRA Tag Team Tournament videos, I only had the backstab match left to edit, and I thought to myself, I'll do that on the Friday because I had done already so much work. I was really exhausted on the Thursday, and I thought to myself, the Friday is definitely that one last video. I'll do some more Just Cause 2 streams then. And then I woke up the next morning to only find that my computer would not start up again. Now, I've already had this problem before, but after a few days of not having touched my PC, all of a sudden it restarted. But since it was apparently a recurring theme, I didn't take any chances, and I called up my uncle and he basically picked up my PC. And thus, for the next 2 weeks I didn't have it. Mostly because also he didn't have much time to work on it, but also because of parts that were mandatory. Now, this vlog I specifically called Pulling a Doomy IRL, because that is exactly what happened. And for those that don't know what pulling a Doomy means, is that in any kind of game where I play and there's electrical power, there's always something that happens that makes me have low power, or there's like a short circuit, or just something bad happens with that electricity that screws up my game. That's why it's called pulling a Doomy, because I often do that. Also in RTS, in adventure games, and any other kind of games, power is always an issue with me. Also, forgetting to build your radar, or just completely losing your way in an adventure game because I've got a wonderfully terrible sense of direction. Also in real life, by the way. Those three are called pulling a Doomy, but we'll focus on the electrical part here because the power supply on my PC actually just burned up. Well, in the sense that it got fried. Eventually, after having it tested, it only gave around 50% of its supposed power into the PC. Now, what this also apparently did was send a massive jolt of energy into my graphics card, and it possibly have fried that one too. So I had to get a new power supply, but only after that we found out about the graphics card, and thus I had to get a new graphics card. Now, one majorly bad thing about me as a person is that I have a terrible lack of patience. I need things done yesterday, if I can. And I could have waited a couple of days and I would have had a very decent graphics card, but I needed it done yesterday, as I said, so I took one very cheaply, and it probably is actually kind of worse than the one I had. I'll leave a link to the movie in the movie description to which one it is. Unfortunately, I don't know what kind of graphics card I used to have, so I don't know. I thought it was better because I was just looking at like it was 512 MB that my old one had. This one has 1 gigabyte, and I thought, hey, that's better. But apparently the DirectX 10 that this current one has might have actually screwed things up. I'm still working around trying to figure out why Just Cause 2 is running at such a horrible frame rate. I might have an idea. So yeah, new power supply unit and new graphics card. But it did make me realize that this PC is basically a fizzled out soda can. It lost its spark. Because this thing is almost 7 years old. In September it will be 7 years old. And beyond the 2 new parts that I've just gotten, I've never touched it. I've never upgraded anything. So yeah, it's about time that it did. But unfortunately, while my PC was away, I tried to stream on my laptop. Didn't work out too well. So yeah, I was robbed of that which allows me to pass the free time. And I'm holding this because I've got stuff written on here. Yeah, so I was pretty handicapped in what I wanted to do and what I could do. That sucked. But then I finally got my PC back. I hooked up everything, including the webcam, and then the webcam just suddenly didn't register as its type anymore, but just as a USB webcam, and it just didn't work. So, after trying out a couple of things, I just gave up, again, a lack of patience. And with a generous donation of CCCP21, I was able to buy a new one. It's actually the same one I had before, just to see, like, is it the type, or is it just something in my computer? But the new one does work. As I'm recording this vlog, this is also the very first time I'm using it, so I'm glad it does work. But the old one doesn't. I've actually had them hooked up at the same time, tried to run them both at the same time, run them separately, but I don't know. Something's wrong with the old webcam, so it's gonna go into the trash. Now, when I got my PC back, of course, one of the first thing I did was stream, because I missed that. Unfortunately, not with my webcam on, but I still managed to get a couple of streams done in the past couple of weeks. And now that I do have my webcam on, I was actually supposed to go to a concert tonight. Now that I've got my webcam again, I definitely want to be streaming, because I miss you guys. I just want to stream again. Because this past Wednesday, it was Prince Day, actually King's Day, but since the Dutch king does not have a beard, and any previous Dutch king did have a beard, without a beard, you're not a king. I'm more of a king than he is, Willem-Alexander. But yeah, no beard, no king, so I didn't partake in any celebration, except I did a couple of live streams on the Wednesday with music, and tonight I will do it with music as well. I might do 2 hours without music, but I just might skip right to the music right then and there. Lastly, I want to say that I hope that you will keep your weekends free in all of July. Starting July 2nd, I've got a very interesting project that is going to take up 4 whole weekends planned for you guys. Yeah, it involves that. So yeah, that was a very quick update on what's been going on the past couple of weeks. Remember, tonight, Rise of the Red Stream 1.86 with new webcam, new power supply, new graphics card, well, new-ish. And keep July the weekends free. My name is Hecthor Doomhammer. I'm your evil overlord. I thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed this, leave a thumbs up. I would appreciate if you did that. And hopefully I'll see you tonight, and otherwise, see you next time. Goodbye.